we start as today is being a very important day for all of us, for me especially. So before beginning, we will be doing we are dividing the whole session in two parts. Generally we take question and answers later, but this time we will be taking question and answers before, because from the previous session there are some questions lagging. We'll try to see them, and then we will be discussing a short story which was part of last time's Zoom session also. And before we begin, I offer my respectful obeisances to my spiritual master, Srila Jayapataka Swami Guru Maharaj. Then I offer my respectful obeisances to Srila Prabhupada. Then I offer my pranams again and again to Sri Panchatattva, headed by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Sri Nityananda Prabhu, Sri Advaita Acharya, Sri Gadadhar Prabhu, and Sri Vas Pandit. Then I offer my respectful obeisances to the divine couple, Sri Sri Radha Krishna, the eternal loving couple they are. And then I offer my respectful obeisances to the three siblings, Lord Jagannath, his brother Balaram, sister Shubhadra, and also to their great weapon, Sudarshan Chakra. And my pranams to you all who have gathered here for today evening session. Sunday evening, there are so many things to be done, but it is I feel so happy to see you all the time present, and there are some recognized regular faces. So this shows that how much love you have towards Lord Jagannath, towards Lord Krishna, how much you want to know about them, how much you love them, how much you appreciate them. And this gives me strength. This teaches me, okay, I can also practice bhakti. I should also be chanting Krishna's name. And I'm telling you very seriously, because you people are joining on Zoom sessions, I'm trying to learn new and new things. I'm trying to learn new things in Krishna consciousness. I'm hearing some lectures also, but I'm again giving this credit to you all. Obviously to my spiritual master, Srila Jayapataka Swami, who is a very great strength to me and who always keeps his mercy and blessings upon all of us. So yeah, let's begin with. We'll start with question and answers. So you can raise your hands, those who have questions. Last time I remember Vaishali had a question. I've already received her question through WhatsApp, but it will be nice she again signs it so that everyone will get to know the question.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Well, I remember now. So this is about the Rath Yatra. Okay, now I can see. Prabhuji, can you see me? Yeah, okay, so I'll repeat the question again. So this is about the Rath, right? So the three siblings are there. So I'm just trying to understand her question before I say. Okay. So a question at the end was actually about asking why people of different religion are not allowed to go into the temple premises. Whereas Krishna, we know, loves everybody irrespective of any religion. So why is it that other people of other religions are not allowed inside?
Okay. Yeah. Thank you very much, Vaishali, for asking this question to all of us. This is a very valid question to ask. If we call him as Jagannath, Jagannath is divided in two words. Jagat means the universe and Nath means the Lord. So Jagannath means the Lord of universe. So if Krishna is Lord of universe, then why he is allowing only Hindus in his temple? Right? So the point is this, there have been times where Lord Jagannath was also not allowed inside the temple. But that story we will take later. It happens every year after the Rath Yatra, when Lord Jagannath is trying to come inside his own temple. At that time, Mother Lakshmi closes the door. She says, "You are not allowed to come inside." So even he was stopped to come in. Also, there was a time when Mother Lakshmi, she was not allowed inside the temple. She was asked to leave the temple. Later on, they are allowed. So in a similar way, as of now, Hindus are only allowed and non-Hindus are not allowed. But after some time, ISKCON is working on it. Disciples of Srila Prabhupada, they are working on it. All devotees from all over the world of different religion will be allowed. Okay, now coming back to the straight away answer to your question. In the past, everyone is of the same religion. We don't like devotees, we don't feel that somebody is Hindu, somebody is Muslim, or somebody is Christian. We do not discriminate between any religion. Not even Lord Jagannath or his devotees do. For Vaishnavas, for devotee of Krishna, all are devotees. There is no differentiation. But then why this thing started? We should ask this question first. You should be knowing that few years ago, there was a rule of Britishers in India. And 200 years ago, there was a rule of the Mohammedans, the Muslims. So when different people came, came to India, and they were attacking on the temples. They were also attacking in the temple of Lord Jagannath. So this is what was the major reasons. There were many Mughals, many Muslim kings, again and again, sometimes by cheating, sometimes they were converted, they were becoming Hindu and they were coming to the temple. They were telling, no, we are also devotees of Lord Jagannath. And after coming inside the temple, they were killing the pujaris. So this was the major reason that non-Hindus were not allowed inside Jagannath temple, because they were cheating all the time. They were killing devotees. So because of which there was this law made by the devotees themselves that non-Hindus are not allowed. Non-Hindu means those who are not believers of Jagannath. Those who are not devotees of Lord Jagannath, they will not be allowed. Also because as the time goes, as the time keeps on going, people, instead of saying devotee of Jagannath, they started saying Hindus. So this is how the whole thing came into place. Like if you are from Nepal, then you are allowed inside the temple, because in Nepal everyone is born Hindu. Nowadays, obviously, they are taking into different religion, they are getting converted. So I hope I could answer you. The only reason, major reason why non-Hindus are not allowed is because they have suffered this. Lord Jagannath's temple was closed for more than 12 years at a stretch. There was no worship happening. Devotee had taken Lord Jagannath's murti out of the temple. They have taken him to a different place, and then they were worshipping him. This was very difficult times. And also Aurangzeb attacked the temple of Jagannath. You may not believe that one time there was so much killing happened inside the temple that there was only blood and blood inside the temple. So these are some of the reasons why non-Hindus are not allowed. But we should not be worried. Slowly, as the time goes out, ISKCON and many other devotees, not just ISKCON, but many other devotees are trying to talk to the government through Supreme Court and also to the pujaris over there. They are trying to talk to the king of Jagannath Puri and the Shankaracharya. They are trying to convince them that allow the devotees. Anyways, there are many processes before that, but anyways, they are working on it. We should not be much worried and concerned. And as you heard in the last class, that anybody can take darshan of Lord Jagannath from outside, and that Jagannath, Patita Pavan Jagannath, who is on the entrance of the temple, that Lord on the entrance is not different from the Lord inside the temple. Thank you very much for your question. We will take next question.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you so much. Your answer was very, very beautiful. Krishna's sister, Subhadra, right?
Yeah, Shubham.
Yeah. So, Lord Kali or Durga and Ma Lakshmi, both of them. So, I am confused, whose daughter Subhadra is. And we have seen Krishna after he grew up, but then we have not seen Subhadra grow as a grown-up person, right? We have seen Krishna, but not Subhadra.
Okay. Thank you very much, Nidhi Vijay Mataji. Nice question asking about Subhadra. So yes, this Subhadra is not Mother Durga. She is different, because there is a temple of Mother Durga also inside the temple of Lord Jagannath. And there, Mother Durga, her name is Bimala Devi. I'm typing in the chat box. And sitting over there, he is worshipping Lord Jagannath. Bimala Devi or Durga, she is worshipping Lord Jagannath. Okay, so now coming to your point that Lord Krishna, we have seen him growing, but we have not seen Subhadra growing. Yes, you are right. Because father of Krishna, Vasudev, he had 16 wives, not one or two, 16 wives. In them, two were prominent. One is mother of Krishna, another one is mother of Balaram. So they are very prominent, Devaki and Rohini. But there are others also who were wife of Vasudev, Krishna's father. So from one of those wives, Subhadra was born. And then Subhadra grew in Mathura. Krishna was in Vrindavan, that time Subhadra was in Mathura. And when Krishna went to Mathura, that time they were there together. From Mathura, they went to Dwarika, and Subhadra went along with them. Later on, Subhadra is married to Arjuna. Okay. So I guess your question is answered. Neeta Mataji, we can go to the next question, but we can request the coordinator to mute everyone because some vessel sound is coming. So we can take next question.
Thank you very much. About Lord Jagannath's heart. Somebody told me that, the heart, when it was blindfolded and the heart was kept separately, and then he went and died. That is what somebody told me. Is that true or not? And the second one is, the eyes are so big in this temple alone. I mean, this form of Krishna. Whereas Krishna's other pictures or other forms that we have seen have really beautiful eyes, small and beautiful eyes. Now, that is the second question. And then about the Rath. There are so many people, so crowded, but, and they say that, only if you are able to hold the ropes of the Rath, do you get moksha? Otherwise, you won't. So, but it's so crowded. Where do we get the chance to even touch the rope?
Okay. Thank you very much, Mataji, for your nice three amazing question back to back. So the first one is about the heart. So it is not the heart. Yeah, you can say it is the heart of Lord Jagannath. How it happens is, Lord Jagannath's murti is made of wood. Now this wood carving, the form of the Lord is changed every, it depends, sometimes in 12 years, sometimes in 18 years, sometimes in 9 years. So this whole vidhi of changing the form of the Lord from the old murti, old wooden murti, to a new wooden murti, that particular process is also given in their book. There is a big book which the pujaris have in Jagannath Puri. So all these things are written in that book. So last time the murti was changed in 2015. So when the murti is being changed, like the new murti comes, and for that new murti, the pujari will get a dream. The very senior, oldest pujari will get a dream of Lord Jagannath, explaining to him that where they will get this wood. Like sometimes the wood came from the ocean, sometimes there was a tree, and all this wood will be having shankha on them, chakra as marks, gada, the mace of Lord Balaram, a lotus as an emblem on it, snake, that is Ananta, Lord Ananta's symbol will also be there, and hala, plow, hal, जो खेती करने के लिए use करते हैं, so hal. So that these emblems should be there on that particular tree or wood. There should be no nest on that wood. So from this particular wood, the deity will be carved. Then the carving will happen. After the carving is done, both the old deity and the new deity, the old form and the new murti, both will be kept side by side. And for 64 hours, everything will be black out. Orissa government, the whole Orissa will be turned into black. There will be no electricity supply, so that nobody should be seeing it. Then the oldest pujari, he will be tied a cloth on his eyes. He will go inside the temple, close all the doors. Then he will take the heart of Lord Jagannath from the old Murti, and he will transfer it into the new Murti. Now, because he has come in contact with such an amazing spiritual life of Lord, he will not be again remaining in this world. He is already gone to the spiritual world. So he will be alive for maximum 7 days or 2 months, but he will not speak a word. He will not eat anything. He will stop everything in this material world. So if you are guaranteed to go to spiritual world, so obviously he has to die. So that's how they die also. That is the perfection of their life. They are very, very lucky, very, very lucky people who are able to touch the heart of Lord Jagannath. And they also cannot see. Their eyes are closed. If by mistake they open up their eyes, they will die that time. They cannot transfer also. So their eyes will be closed, and only they can feel. They feel in their hands, and after feeling, they describe to some people what they felt, but they cannot speak. And once this whole procedure is done of transferring the heart, you can see when they come out, there is so much tejas, there is so much rays coming out of their body, as if their body is completely spiritual. They will not cry. They will not have any problem. They will be always keep smiling. No tears, nothing. They are completely free then. Anyway, so this is about the heart of the Lord. Now, second question of yours was why the Lord is having big eyes. We discussed this also in the past. Is she saying something? She said something, Mataji? No, right?
Oh, no, I couldn't see. Okay. Don't have her on.
Fine, no worry. So about the eyes of Lord Jagannath, why he's having such huge big eyes. We discussed this in the past also. I'm telling it again. In this particular form, Lord Jagannath is having huge big eyes for the only reason because he wants to see his devotees even from the far distance. And anybody who comes to his temple, he wants to see that devotion in their heart. Even if they are devotee or not devotee, a little devotion, a little prayerful mood in their heart, Lord Jagannath wants to see that. And that is why he's having such huge eyes. He doesn't want to miss that devotion. See, obviously we get telescopes and microscopes to see, right? This huge eyes of Lord Jagannath is telescope and microscope for him. And also in another very important understanding that when the Lord is very happy, that time, like even if when you are happy, your eyes will become big, your smile will become big, and your body will a little be closed. Like when you laugh, you'll be ha ha ha. So your eyes will be huge, your smile will be huge. That's how Lord Jagannath is very happy to see his devotees. His eyes are big, his smile is big. So that's how he's happy. Now the third question about the ropes, that there will be so much crowd, how anybody can touch the rope. Yes, what you are saying is correct. Anybody who touches the rope will go to Vaikuntha. So that's why there is so much crowd. Initially, it is difficult, but as the Rath goes in the mid road or at the end, you can touch. So that time you are, because initially, when the Rath is just about to start, there is so much crowd and people are coming, and sometimes police will also beat them with the sticks, but still they will not leave. because they know if they touch the rope, they will go to Vaikuntha. But as the Rath goes half the way, after that, some of the crowd disperse. They keep going. So you will be able to touch the rope. Actually, if you pray to Lord Jagannath, anybody, everyone will get the chance to touch the rope. I would like to tell a story on this. There was a drunkard. This was few hundred years ago, not very long time back also, maybe 100 year or something, during the British rule in India. So at that time, Rath Yatra was going on, and one particular drunkard, he was completely drunk. He was not even able to walk properly, and he wanted to touch the rope. He wanted to pull the Lord. But as he was coming, people were shouting and scolding him. But when he came to touch the rope, people started beating him left, right, that you drunkard, you are not devotee, you get lost from here. You are drinking and coming in front of Jagannath. What are you doing? Go away. You are not allowed to even touch or come in front of the Lord. So they beat him black and blue. So he was pushed to go away. Then he came on the shore. Jagannath Puri is on the bank of an ocean. So he came near the ocean on the shore, and he sat down and he started crying and crying. Though he was a drunkard, but he was devotee of Lord Jagannath. So he was crying and saying, "Oh Jagannath, I wanted to only touch the rope. I know I am very sinful. I am drunkard. I all the time keep drinking. I don't have devotion in my heart, but I wanted to touch your Rath. I wanted to pull you. But you did not allow me. Why you did like this?" And he started crying and crying. So, on the shore, on the beach, we also keep drawing something on the sand, right? Sometimes we draw a house, sometimes we write our name, sometimes we draw heart. So in the similar way, this particular drunkard, he draw a Rath and ropes. And there he touched the ropes. And after touching the rope, he was about to touch the ropes, but at that time he remembered, "Oh, I am a drunkard, I am not allowed." So he took the stick and kept it. He kept in front of the Rath on the sand. He poked the stick on the Rath, thinking that, "Oh, Rath, I cannot pull the Rath, so Rath should not move." This he did on the shore, on the ocean. But as he did this thing over there, Lord Jagannath's Rath stopped. And then thousands and thousands of people are trying to pull. They are not able to pull. Half an hour, 1 hour, 2 hours, nobody is able to pull. Then the king called the elephants and the horses and the wrestlers. Everyone tried, heavy, huge people, gym body people. Everyone tried. They are not able to pull. Elephants are also not able to push and pull. The horses are not able to do. Nobody is able to do. They tried a lot. Then finally, the pujari, one of the pujaris, he requested Lord Jagannath, "What happened? Have we done anything wrong? Do you want to eat? Do you want to drink? Why are you not coming? Why are you not walking?" Then Lord Jagannath came to his meditation and said, "There was a devotee. He came to touch my ropes. He came to pull my Rath. But you people, you beat him and you send him. Go call him." He said, "But Lord, where we will find him?" He said, "He's sitting on the shore, ocean, and he's the one who stopped my Rath. If he removes that stick, comes and touches my rope, then I will start moving." So all the pujaris, the king, everyone, they go and they catch this drunkard. This drunkard becomes afraid again. "Arey, I'm sitting here. I'm not coming there. Don't beat me again, Baba. Why are you coming here?" Then they said, "No, no, you are a very great devotee. Sorry, we mistook you as a drunkard. Please come along with us. Lord Jagannath wants you to be there. Pull his Rath." So he got to know that, oh, this is the mercy of Lord Jagannath. He came back, he touched the rope, and then the Rath started moving again. So if you have that desire, if you want to touch Lord Jagannath, yes, have that desire. Pray to him. You will be able to do. And if somebody is not allowing, Rath will not move. This is the story happened with many, many devotees. There are so many devotees who travel, who are not able to reach on time. So Lord will not enter the temple. He will stay outside the temple. He will wait sometimes 1 day, sometimes 2 days. Everything is because Lord Jagannath wants to give darshan to his devotees. So that's how Lord Jagannath loves his devotees so much. So now we answered your heart question, the big eyes and the rope. Okay. Happy going. We can take next question.
Our internet is not very clear. I can't. Hare Krishna. Neeta, are you able to see me? And so Prabhuji, thank you very much. Last time also, there was a story about a king. You said there are so many different kings, right? I want more stories, please. You just told us a story about one king, so I want to know about the others also. So my question is, so we have the form of, but in Tamil Nadu, actually there is a temple like Tirupati. Okay, so the actual idol is inside, but outside there is a artificial one, right? It's a copy like that we have in Jagannath temple also.
Okay, thank you very much, Kavita Mataji, for your question. Now, just again, one more time, I would like to say that those whose internet is weak and we are not able to see you with your questions, you can write your question in the chat box here only during the Zoom call. And those who are having different questions, you can raise your hand. We will spotlight you. Now, coming to Kavita Mataji's question, there are two. Again, one, she is saying that she wants to hear about many other kings and Lord Jagannath. Obviously, Mataji, we will take as many stories as possible. So much love the kings have towards Lord Jagannath that you keep on speaking, the stories will not be over. You keep speaking and you keep crying. That type of love this kings have towards Lord Jagannath, and that much love the Lord also has towards the king. So great devotee they are. Actually, all of them. So yeah, now coming to your second question, you asked about there is a particular temple in Tamil Nadu, which is very similar to Lord Tirupati Balaji. So this Tirupati is kind of duplicate. So is Lord Jagannath, Patita Pavan Jagannath is duplicate of Lord Jagannath? No, answer is no. He is not duplicate. He is not different. How do I say this? Difficult to answer. Okay, I will like to give you some examples. We know that there is sun, and the sun is having sun rays. Now, when sun rays are, so sun is like Lord Krishna or Lord Jagannath in the spiritual world. In the spiritual world. And sun rays are like different temples of the Lord. One temple in Jagannath Puri, one temple in Tirupati, another temple in Tamil Nadu, one temple in Bangalore, one temple in Hyderabad where Neeta is there, another temple in UK where Dayal Gauranga Prabhu is there, another temple in Germany, one Mataji she comes from Germany. So there are this different temples are there. All these temples are like sun rays of sun. Now, can you say that the sun ray which comes to your house is different from the sun ray which comes to my house? No, they are same. Only thing is how we are taking it. So similarly, Lord Jagannath in the temple is same. There is no difference between the main Jagannath or Patita Pavan Jagannath. He is the same Lord. And he has the same mercy form. Yeah, if you are asking about how he looks, is that his looks are different? Yes, his looks are little different. Though he's having big eyes, same, big smile, same, but he is not having hands. Patita Pavan Jagannath is not having hands. Patita Pavan Jagannath is not a separate carved deity. He is like coming out of the wall. And to see this and to experience this, to find out how much merciful Patita Pavan Jagannath is, you should go to Jagannath Puri. So the temple of Lord Jagannath is going to open again. You can go there and take his darshan. You are not allowed to take photos and cameras, otherwise I would have shown you some of the photos of Lord Patita Pavan. There are some people who have taken the photo from outside. So because Patita Pavan Jagannath is very near to the door, you can take his photo also. So I hope you will enjoy that. And yes, regarding the kings, we will speak. We are not going to stop. Today also we are going to speak one of the king story. We'll take next question now. He's saying something. Kavita is saying something.
Thank you. But Jagannath, it's a very old one, right? So has the are the three of them the same ones that was made originally, or has it changed? The idols.
Okay. Okay. Now I understood your question. I took it in. I thought that you are asking the difference between the temple inside Jagannath and Patita Pavan Jagannath, which is near the entrance. Maybe Mataji, we can ask the coordinator to mute everyone. Sound disturbance. Again, somebody unmuted. Okay. Yeah. So there have been different murtis, and these murtis will be changed. Sometimes in 12 years, sometimes in 9 years, sometimes in 18 years. This all things are written in a book. According to that book, the pujaris decide when to change the murti of Lord Jagannath. But the heart of Lord Jagannath, that is same. That is transferred all the time. The same heart of Lord Jagannath, which was there initially, the first, will be transferred every time. So now I guess I could answer your question properly, Kavita Mataji. Not wood, wool, not wool, wood. Wood, tree, from a tree. Okay, this wood is from that particular tree. No, and these trees will be different every time, not the same. Sometimes it will be from a neem tree, sometimes from a bakula tree. So this tree,
Prabhuji, I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you because of the background sound.
Yeah.
Please go ahead.
So sometimes this tree is a wooden neem tree, sometimes a bakula, B-A-K-U-L, bakula tree, and sometimes different trees like that. But all these things will be explained by Lord Jagannath to his devotees in meditation. And these trees should be having Shankha, Chakra, and all these forms on them. There should be a lotus flower, there should be Shankha, there should be a big snake house near the tree, no nest on the tree, no bird will be sitting on the tree, never they will be sitting. So these are some of the signs, signatures which they will understand. Okay, this is the tree from which Lord Jagannath deity has to be made. That tree they will bring. Then they will carve, and then they will shift the heart. Okay. We'll take next question if this is answered.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. The name? There was some king. There was a king who used to dance like, peacock feathers, he said. And and Krishna actually fell on the feet and something fell on his head. I'm sorry, I don't know what it is. I don't know the background of.
Yeah, there are
Ask
peacock
him
stories.
again? Sorry.
Yeah, please ask him, because I'm also not able to understand. There have been peacock stories. There have been stories where Lord Jagannath comes and helps the king.
So Krishna, while he was singing and playing the flute, so the peacock, which heard that, was very, very happy and dancing. And so the feathers fell from the peacock. And in previous Janma, actually, the peacock was a king. So Krishna picked up those feathers from the feet and put on his head, and that's how he continues to have it.
Okay. Thank you, Madan Mohan Prabhu, for sharing this story with us. I have not heard personally of any story like this, but I'm not denying there is definitely a possibility of this kind of story happening, that there was a king and in his next life he became like a peacock, and then the peacock feather was taken and applied by Lord Krishna on his head. But the story, this is possible, I'm not denying it, but the story which I heard why Lord Krishna is having peacock feather on his head is because one time Srimati Radharani, who is very, very dear to Lord Krishna, she was dancing along with Krishna in the form of peacock. And both of them, they took a form of peacock and they were dancing. So Lord Krishna, he liked that form so much. He liked Srimati Radharani's service so much that he said that whatever it is, you have taken this form of a peacock, I will always keep the peacock on my head. And that's how he takes that peacock feather and keeps on his head. But the story which you are saying, I'm not denying it. There are all possibilities that would be true. Okay, so we will take next question. There is a question which has come on the chat box, which says that kindly tell us the story of Krishna's heart. Now, I'm not able to understand that question asked by Ganesh. Okay, maybe Madan Mohan is also asking the same question again. I'm confusing you, sorry.
Yes, it's fine.
Next question, same question. Yeah, all four of them are wood. All four of them are wood only, are made of wood. But the fourth one is in a standing form, looks like a stick. And that particular stick is not different from Sudarshan Chakra. He is Sudarshan Chakra of Lord Krishna. Now, why he got that form is also a very nice story. I hope I can tell now, or maybe in the next session I will tell that story. It is a very it will take some time, and we will not be able to cover this story in time. So definitely I will take that story in next class. But cutting that whole story short, one time Sudarshan Chakra, he was having pride in his heart. He got a pride in his heart, and generally the form of Sudarshana is round, is in chakra form, wheel form. So Lord Jagannath became a little angry on him, saying that you are having pride in yourself, so you should not be with me. Go away. Then Sudarshan Chakra asked sorry, asked for forgiveness, and Lord Jagannath, as a lesson to all of us, he said that generally I will have Sudarshan in my right side, but because he is keeping pride, because he's having ego, I am keeping him on my left, and not in a wheel form, in a standing stick form. And that's how Sudarshan Chakra is on the left side of Lord Jagannath, in a stick form. This is to remind all of us, not for Sudarshana. It is no different. He is on the right or on the left of Jagannath, is same for Sudarshan Chakra. But it is for us to remember whenever we are taking darshan, that we should not be proud, we should not be feeling ego in our heart whenever we are in front of Lord Jagannath. So what was that ego? Why Sudarshan was having that ego? We will take this in the next class. Okay. I have to complete a story and of Lord Jagannath having a form as an elephant. If we are able to complete this story, then we will take other questions. Otherwise, questions also in the next class. Okay, so the story starts like this. There was obviously we know that there have been many different kings of Jagannath Puri. So one particular king, he was a very great devotee of Lord Jagannath, and he used to call different artists, sometimes singers, sometimes dancers, sometimes painters, sometimes those who can carve, all these different people to his own palace, and then he will ask them to do the best thing and then give that thing to Lord Jagannath. This is also a story of Lord Jagannath and the king, and also this particular person. So one time, a very great artist, he was very good in arts, very learned person, he came to the palace of the king. But this particular person was a devotee of Ganapati. He was not a devotee of Jagannath. So he was a great devotee of Lord Ganapati. So the king, he told that, okay, you have come here. It is very nice. This is a very nice thing you have brought for me. Now let us go for taking darshan of Lord Jagannath. Immediately that Ganapati devotee, he said that, no, I don't worship anybody else apart from Ganapati. Garam de dum. Garam. I will worship only Ganapati and nobody else. The king said him one more time, two more time, three more time, and then that Pandit said, "Arey yaar, he is a king. Let me go along with him. What is wrong? I will not worship him. I will see only Ganesha, because Ganesha is great." So keeping this thing in his mind, he went to the temple of Lord Jagannath. And as he went to the temple of Lord Jagannath, he saw Lord Jagannath there. And during that time, Lord Jagannath's Snan Yatra was going on. Once in a year, Snan Yatra means a bathing ceremony, when he takes bath. Every day he takes bath, but this particular bathing happens in front of everyone. He is brought outside in a gallery of the temple, and standing outside the temple, people can see Lord Jagannath taking bath. So this happens once in a year, 15 days before Rath Yatra. Once in a year, 15 days before Rath Yatra. So during this time, when Lord Jagannath was given snan, when he was giving 108 pots of auspicious purified water was given as a bath to Lord Jagannath, during that time, this particular devotee, Ganapati devotee, he saw Lord Jagannath showing him a form of Ganapati. So suddenly there was a trunk like an elephant. There were teeth, what do you call, tusk like an elephant, or like Ganesha. And the same form was there with Balaram also. Jagannath was a black elephant form, black Ganesha form, and Balaram, he showed white Ganesha form. And Shubhadra, she took form of a lotus flower in between. And then that Ganapati devotee, he got to know that, oh, Jagannath is Supreme Personality of Godhead. That's how he can come to any form. He can come to Lord Shiva form, he can come to Ganesha form, he can come to Krishna form. So all these things were shown by Lord Jagannath, and at that time, yes, Kavita is right, Ganapati Bhattar. She is writing a name, so it is Ganapati Bhatti, Ganapati Bhattar. Bhatta we say, no, in South India, so Ganapati Bhatta. So that's how he got to know, and then he also became devotee of Lord Jagannath. So to give this understanding to everyone that Jagannath is Lord for everyone, he is supreme even to Ganesha, and he is king of Ganesha also. Every year during Snan Yatra, there is a separate costume, separate dress made for Lord Jagannath. In that dress, he will be seen as Ganesha form, in a Ganesha form. Now, for today's session, you would have received the WhatsApp notification, a post. In that post, you can see form of Lord Jagannath as Ganesha. Kavita is trying to show something, but we are not able to see. That's okay.
I just sent that story. I signed it and I sent it to Samir Prabhuji. And
Okay.
eventually you have also told us that story. So great.
Okay. Thank you very much. Because we don't have time, I will not be able to take further questions. But just one particular person, because Madan Mohan Prabhu, he was requesting again and again. So if Madan Mohan Prabhu is there, just one of his question, one point, whatever he wanted to say, and then we will close here. Yes.
Hare Krishna again, Prabhuji. So, in Jagannath temple, so there is rice and there is dal, and there are so many different types of food, totally 56, right? 56 varieties or food, and then there are about 752 vessels being cooked on. And then is the water, I mean, where is it from? Is it from the Ganga? And are 56 varieties cooked every day? And then on fast days, will rice be cooked? And can we eat that also in the temple when it is being given? So only the prasad can be eaten, or can be during the fasting days eat from outside rice, but if the prasad is given in the temple, that can we have that?
Okay. Thank you, Madan Mohan. I thought you will ask one question, but in such a short time you have asked 4. Very intelligent you are. Very happy. Okay, I'll quickly, without any stories, I will tell very fast answers to all your questions. So yes, the pots which are used for Lord Jagannath for cooking are used only once, and after that use, new pots will be brought in. And yes, every day, 7 times Lord Jagannath is given bhoga. 7 times, not 1 time. And he is given 56 items at one particular time. Seven times bhoga is offered, and one particular time he will be given 56 items. And yes, that is also cooked. And they don't cook with green chili or red chili or with potato or cauliflower or with bangan. They don't use any vegetable which is a foreign vegetable. They use all those vegetables who are always been grown in India. They don't use sugar, they don't use tomato, they use jaggery instead. They use tamarind instead of tomato. So yes, the glories of prasad is huge, and they have around 72 chulhas. The cooking is not done on gas and stove. The cooking is done on wood. Every day before cooking, a yajna is been performed, and Mother Lakshmi, she comes and cooks. Because like whenever you cook, when you cook a sambar, you will stir it. But the pujaris, they will not stir any preparation. They will add everything and leave it. Then Mother Lakshmi, she will come and then she will stir it. And she is the one who will slow down the chulha, the fire. After some time, the pujaris will come, take the bhoga and offer to Jagannath. Regarding water, they will not bring the water from Ganga or Yamuna from different rivers, because this is Odisha and that is different part. There are 2 wells inside the kitchen area, where the kitchen area of Lord Jagannath is. Inside that area, there are 2 wells. One is called Ganga, one is called Yamuna. So from there, they take water. One well in which Ganga water is available, another well in which Yamuna water is available. So they take water from there. And on fasting days, fasting is for us, fasting is not for Jagannath. So even on Ekadashis, Lord Jagannath is given 56 items, all the 7 times. Now regarding can we honor Mahaprasad on Ekadashi inside the temple? The answer is generally, as devotees of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, we do not take grains on Ekadashi day, inside or outside. We will take that Mahaprasad, keep with us, and on the next day, we will eat it. We will honor it, Mahaprasad. But generally, and it is also believed that within the temple campus, if you eat that, if you honor that Mahaprasad on the Ekadashi day, there is no sin. No sin will come to you. But if you take that outside the temple, somewhere else you are not inside the temple, and from outside you are eating grains, then yes, that is a sin. But if you are honoring Mahaprasad of Lord Jagannath within the temple of Lord Jagannath on Ekadashi day, it is not a sin. I hope I have answered all your 4 questions. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, all of you, for gathering today. Sorry. Thank you very much, Neeta Mataji, for your nice coordination. Thank you all for asking questions. Bhumika, please, I'm sorry I was not able to take your question today. And also few others, I was not able to take your questions today. In the next session, we will take your questions. Also,